Like, where are you getting all these stock tips? Every time I talk to you, there's like 9 new stocks I've never heard you
Oh
talk
man,
about before.
you should see my portfolio. It's like you just keep scrolling. Um, Honestly, I'll talk to someone and like they'll tell me something. Like John told me about and I'm like, I could probably put a few bucks on that. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, ah, shit.
but like honestly, that's how it is. Like, if I like the way it looks and I like the way it sounds, and I do a little bit of research and everything kind of pans out, I think, well, that sounds
I
good.
mean,
Like,
but the question I have for you is just like, what is your research like? How do you actually validate the stuff other than
Research? The
like
fuck is that?
someone saying, "Hey, this sounds cool," and you say, "Hey, that chart looks like it's going up. Sounds good."
Like, how many times do you have to
on
explain this to John? Like, research is not fun.
No. What do I look like? I mean, here's part of it. I'm gonna be real honest here for a hot minute. Someone I know who's made a lot of money in the market, like I know a few guys like that. I was talking to a buddy, and he was telling me he did a lot of options trading, and he's very into the market. And he's like, "Oh, you should throw some money into DraftKings and Bets. It's a ETF for like online betting."
Or
And
BT.
I and I'm like, oh well, this guy, he knows a lot. Like this is all he does. So like he wouldn't just tell me to put money in it. And I don't put like I'm not putting like $100,000 into it. I'm putting like a couple bucks, and it if I make like 40, $50 and I do that 100 times like a year, I mean that's a little bit of money. It's enough for a car
Quick
payment.
math. That's a lot of
It's
money.
fifty
I
dollars.
I oh god, I hate that. I ugh.
Yeah, yeah, I bet you also hate having fun and betting on Super Bowls and going to the Hard Rock.
It's such just a bad investing idea. Like I don't know. Like how are you going to consistently be able to get the same returns you're trying to do right now? Like, hey, yes, you know these people right now in this moment in time, but you're losing money
John,
because you're not
John, let me
capital
stop you
gains.
right there. How many GameStops do you have?
Yeah, yeah.
None,
Thank you.
zero. I
Thank you.
own zero game stock right now. It's
That's
just
your
like
problem.
the thing that kills me is like you know nothing about these companies. Someone says, "Hey, this sounds cool. That's great."
Exact, dude.
So,
You
but you don't
nailed
know
it.
when to sell. Like these people have bought
Oh,
into it
exit
months
strategy?
earlier, so they've already gotten gains and common gains and gains. And sure, it may go up a little bit higher, but you could fucking lose everything you invest in that.
You could lose
Um,
fifties of dollars, Pernick.
well, here's the thing: is that I do some research. Like I'm not doing any research. I do some research. I just wouldn't say that I'm like, you laid out a nice process of going through research last week, and I think that that's good. I think if you're going to put like 5 grand into a certain stock, you should do that. But like, you talk to a few people, you do some research, and the honestly, one of the things I like to do is I like to go on like StockWits and Yahoo and see what people are saying about it. And I know people are pumping up the stocks, and I know people are pumping down the stocks, but
There are rookie
sometimes
numbers.
people are passing on good news. And so if you look at some of the news that people are talking about and then you look at it to substantiate it, you'll find that like, oh, okay, this is interesting. A lot of people are talking about this. And sometimes it's legit and
But
other times it's not.
the whole question is like you don't know when to sell on these stocks. You know nothing
Yeah,
about the business. You know
as soon as
nothing
it
about any of
doubles,
this
you sell.
stuff.
Like clockwork.
I mean, who knows when to sell? This is one of these questions we got to ask John Paul. When do I
Yeah.
pull out? I have 3 kids. I'm still trying to figure out when to pull out.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.